What's going on, Minecraft and YouTube? My name is Preacher. We are way up in the mountains of the brand new 1.18 world. The official 1.18 dropped yesterday. I've been working tirelessly day and night trying to bring you a complete guide to the 1.18 diamonds. But let's get our heads out of the clouds and get down into the mines. All right, well, that was a little bit of fun. I like that intro. Brings a smile to my face. All right, but you're not here for intros and all that stuff, so let's get into the numbers and everything. Now, in this video, I want to discuss the diamond ore generation. All right, we're going to discuss that stuff first. We're going to be discussing the depth or the range in which diamonds generate, the numbers that generate within that range, and then also what it replaces and what ores and materials that diamonds replace. So after we talk about that, we're also going to talk about the best technique for mining the diamonds, the best Y level. There's actually two of those, by the way, two different schools of thought. We'll discuss both of those. We'll also talk about the best layout, whether we skip one line or two lines or three lines, so on and so forth. Along with that, the best height, so whether or not you're mining 2 blocks tall, 3 blocks tall, so on and so forth. Finally, we'll wrap it up with the time it takes you to mine out that section, and also the durability of your gear within mining out those sections. Okay, so we'll talk about all of those things, and I'm going to put some timestamps down in the description so that if you want to jump to one of those things inside of this list, you can just go ahead and jump to it. Okay, so diamond ore generation. First, right here in our little chart that we get from Mojang. Now, this does not say temporary or to be determined or anything like that up here. So this right here is the official release of how ores are going to generate. Now, if you look over here to the side, just a little side note, you see they did put in the large iron veins. Okay, so but let's go back over here to diamonds. This right here is this video is about diamonds. So the diamond ores, they're going to generate in this structure. Okay, as you can see, diamond ore generation, okay, it actually starts right up here at Y level 14. Okay, Y level 14, and then it slowly tapers off. Diamond ore generation getting greater and greater and greater all the way down here to the bottom of the world. But that's just a general idea of what we're going to see. That doesn't actually tell us any numbers. Okay, we know that it's going to get larger and larger the further down we go. So we have this little chart that is on the Minecraft Wiki. Now, on this chart, there's a little bit of difference between what this chart says and what's actually on the Minecraft Wiki in the paragraph. We'll look at both of them. So in this chart, it says that we're going to get 7 small blobs or veins of ore, okay, and 4 mid-sized blobs, all within one chunk, okay, and then 1 per 9 chunks of the large blobs. Now we're going to get to that right there. What's a large blob? Here we're on the Minecraft Wiki, okay. So diamond ores can generate in the overworld in form of blobs or veins, okay. Diamond ores attempt to generate in 2 batches. The first batch generates 6 times per chunk in blobs of 0 to 5 ores. Okay, that's not a whole lot, is it? 0 to 5 ores. Okay, now this right here doesn't include anything about the mid-size ores. Okay, so I don't know where that is. Okay, from y equals 14 all the way to y equals negative 63, being more common as the y level decreases. Okay, we know that already. The second batch generates 1 in 9 chunks in blobs of 0 to 23 ores. Wow! Y'all see that? In 0 to 23 ores. That is amazing. All right, so if anybody finds a blob of diamonds that is 23 ores in one blob, please put it down in the comments. I want to showcase that, okay? I would love to showcase. Give me a seed and some coordinates, and I will put this in a video, okay? This right here would be amazing, okay? So, and it generates from y equals 14 and negative 63, okay? Of course, being the same. Okay, so let's look at this right here in the actual world and see how this right here, this whole decreasing bar and all that there, how it kind of plays out in the actual game. All right, so right here we have our first ore, and it generated at y equals -18. This ore actually generated on the chunk border. Now, I don't know if that means that this right here is one ore generation for that chunk and this is another ore generation for this chunk, or if that actually crossed over the chunk border. I don't know for sure, but I do know this. That would make this 7 ores on this side of the chunk if this ore did generate inside of this world, or inside of this chunk. All right, and I believe one of those sources says that there was only going to be 6 ore generations within one chunk. All right, so I don't know exactly how that's working out, but we'll look at it. All right, so as we come down a little bit further, this ore right here is actually at -27. And so it comes down a little bit further. And of course, we come down deeper and deeper and deeper. We have more and more ores. But you look at the size of each one of these ores, they are not generating that much. Okay, this one's only 5. All right, and so 5, 2, 2, 2, 3. We're not seeing a whole lot of diamond ores per vein or per blob. Okay, but we've talked all about where they've generated, how much they've generated. So now let's talk about what they're going to replace. This right here says that diamonds, right here, diamonds, they are going to replace the stone, the andesite, the diorite, the granite, the tuff, and the deep slate. What does that leave that they're not going to replace? Of course, the gravel. Okay, that's going to be gravel. They're not going to replace gravel, and they're not going to replace, of course, the bedrock. Okay, so that's going to be important here in a little bit, though. All right, so now let's talk about the techniques for mining. The first thing under techniques for mining, we're going to be looking at the Y level. All right, what Y level should we be mining at? Now, my opinion is already a little bit skewed because of a couple of different reasons, but I did a main branch mine up here at Y level -54, and I did a 100 by 100 branch mine up here. I did a secondary test branch mine down here at -59. First time I ever came down here to Y level -59, it was right over here in this little section. All right, so I had mined out for this little illustration, and I noticed that right here on top of the bedrock, this is Y level 59, that I found diamonds. So I thought, what if every single time I mine out a section at Y level 59, I mine out a chunk, I find diamonds? So I thought, well, that would be really kind of cool. So I decided, you know what, I'll come down here and mine me out. I'll strip mine one chunk over here. And so that's what I did. I marked out one chunk. I came down here and I mined out at Y level -59, and I found another block of diamonds. And I'm like, I wonder. Now I found diamonds in 2 chunks at Y level -59. But this is strip mining. Strip mining, you are more likely to find diamonds. I bet if I were to come in here and strip mine all this stuff, that I'd find even more diamonds. So I thought, well, what about branch mining though? Because many of us are not going to strip mine for our first mine. Okay, branch mining is definitely way more efficient. Okay, so I decided, you know what, let's try out some branch mining. So I mined out a branch mine here, and I did 2 more chunks right here. Now, if you go down in here, we'll find more diamonds. If we look at this section and we look at our chunk borders and everything, this is one chunk and this is a second chunk. So I didn't find any diamonds inside of this chunk, okay? But I did find another set of diamonds over here, which is kind of cool, you know? All right, so, but one of the negatives for mining down here at Y level -59 is if you happen to find some diamonds that have generated down here on Y level -59, right? If there's any of those diamonds that would have generated below, chances are that they are going to be sitting on top of bedrock. And we know that when diamonds generate on top of bedrock, and they're supposed to replace bedrock, they don't. Okay? Bedrock is not one of those replaceable blocks. And also, my biggest concern with mining for diamonds at Y level 59, and I think most of us all agree, my biggest concern is that right there. Lava. We are going to be looking up at lava all over the place. Now that right there, we actually be able to mine completely underneath that without ever even getting touched by lava. but lava is going to be over our heads. And we're going to be mining through pockets of lava. Even right over here where we actually branch mined right over the top of this, this lava pocket doesn't even just stop at Y level 54 and just kind of taper. This whole thing like tapers off into like this little tunnel. And that there's going to be hard to mine through. So with all these things right here being said, I really do think that the best level for me, that is to be just above lava level. The hardest part about my branch mining is the fact that I've got to bridge over the top of lava. Everything else, I don't fight any critters. I light my tunnels up really well. I even light my tunnels up just like I did in 1.17. So next on the list, mining layout. All right, mining layout. Where do we want to mine? I know that typically in a lot of our 1.17 worlds, we would actually come through here and skip 3 different blocks here in the middle of our branches. Okay, so we would come in here and mine out both sides and we would leave 3 blocks. Why did we used to do that? Used to be when you would find diamonds, you would find diamonds in a block of 8. Okay, and so when you would find diamonds in a block of 8, the block was either going to be here or the block would be here, just like that. And so you were pretty much guaranteed if you mined every third, skip 3 and every on the 4th, that you were going to be able to find diamonds. Okay, that's not so anymore. Okay, case in point, we got one right here. This diamond right here is just a 1 by. All right, it's 2 blocks tall, but it's a 1 by left and right. And so if you try to mine every third one, those 1 bys are all going to be lost. And I can show you several throughout here. We'll look at some of them during the video. Several of these are just, I mean, they're literally just one or, matter of fact, within the Minecraft Wiki, this thing says it's going to generate the first batch generates 6 times per chunk in blobs of 0 to 5. So a lot of those batches won't even actually spawn. 0 is actually one of the options for that blob of diamonds. So we may actually see blobs of diamonds of 0 diamonds. So for that reason, I believe that the days of mining every skipping 3, I believe that those days are over, that we're going to be mining every 2. Next on the list is height. Branch mining height. Now, a lot of us used to run through our worlds and we used to mine at 2 blocks high. And now I actually have I think I have some footage of that. If I do, I'm going to be running it right now. If I don't, you won't even ever hear this. So, all right, I mined this whole entire section out too high. The main tunnel was too high. The branches were too high. Everything was too high. And I went through and counted all the diamond ore that I found while I was mining these things out. Now, let's go over the rules a little bit behind my branch mining techniques, okay? Within this world, when I was mining, I was in survival mode so that I could count the durability of the pickaxes. All right, that's the only reason why I did it, okay? So, but I did go into creative mode several times and create me several pickaxes that I could use. Matter of fact, whenever I got done and I wanted to do that big long tower thing out of a chunk, I came in here and made me an efficiency incredible pickaxe and unbreakable, so on and so forth. So all of that said, let's talk about the branch mine height. I did do this in 2 high. Now, whenever I did this in 2 high, all right, everything that I found, whether or not it was outside the chunk border or the 100 by 100, if I found it while I was mining a 1 by 1 or 2 block high branch mine, I counted that block. And very specific case in point here, very important. Okay, this little hallway right here, I was mining 2 high, okay, and in my 2 high block, this right here was sand, okay. That being sand, whenever I went through here and mined it, that right there fell, and I found this block right here, even though it was 3 high. Okay, but I counted it because I found it while I was mining 2 high. This is not a how many diamonds are in a chunk. This is how many diamonds can you find while you're mining too high. While we were mining too high, I found 67 diamond ores. 67 diamond ores. That's how many I counted. Right after we got through mining this thing out at 3 high, or 2 high, I came back and mined this thing back out at 3 high. Alright, and it actually was looking pretty good for the 2 high guys. As I was coming through here and mining out 3 high, I didn't find a whole lot. You can see right here, I didn't find a whole lot to begin with. Okay? I was getting kind of nervous about what I had found. Okay? I believe our first 3 high diamonds were these right here. Okay? These right here. Absolutely. See, they are 3 high. Now that's only 4. And so I was still kind of nervous. Alright? But I kept mining, and right behind that, we found an 8 vein. Okay? So we found an 8 vein right there. We had found a 4 vein, then an 8 vein, and then we kept on going, and we started finding some really good sized veins on this 3 high. Okay, there's another 8 vein right there. And so we ended up, and even out here on the main branch, now this right here is one of those. I was mining the main branch, and I was mining it 3 high. The gravel fell down, and behind it was a 6 vein, behind it was a 6 vein. And that counts because I counted it for the 2 vein, for the 2 high, so I'm counting it for the 3 high as well. So when it was all said and done, our total numbers was 102. We found 102, so that's 35 more. But let me come back. I want to give you a disclaimer. Okay? If you watch some of my other diamond videos, I found almost no diamonds on the third block. Okay? It's very, 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 very seed specific or area specific of a seed. Okay? It's completely random. But let's go over here and just look at this. Okay? Look at how far the diamonds are spread out. Okay? Look at how far the diamonds are spread out. If you turn around over here in this mine and you decided, you know what, I'm going to mine 4 high. Let's say you decided you wanted to mine 4 high. Okay? That I would not advise. Okay? I know I've advised it before, but I take that back. Okay? If you're going to mine 4 high, break off and do another 2 high branch mine. But I would advise still doing the 3 high branch mine. Okay? So 3 high, then another 3 high, or 2 high and another 2 high. Okay? However you want to do it. This is your game. You make your word however you want to. All right? I would strongly advise doing a 3 high branch mine though. All right, so the last 2 sections of this world, we're going to be talking about time. How much time did it take for us to mine out a 100 by 100 area? And then also, how many pickaxes did we burn through? All right, so very simply, the 100 by 100, it took us 2 hours and 30 minutes going 2 blocks tall. Okay, when we're just going 2 blocks tall, that took us a total of 2 hours and 30 minutes. Of course, do the math. To get to 3 high, that is 3 hours and 45 minutes. Okay, that's how much time it took us straight mining. Now I did take several breaks and everything, and I walked away from the keyboard, but I paused it. I paused the time and everything, and when I got back, we kept on recording. Okay, so all of that being said, then how do we get to durability? All right, so this bottom row right here represents all the pickaxes that I burned through doing the 200 by 200 area. So we burned out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a piece of 1 pickaxe and then 1 shovel. Okay, then also we burned through on the 3rd layer, we burned through 2.5 or 2 3/4 pickaxe right there. Also, I went ahead and included how many torches I used. I put a bunch of stacks of torches in here, and I just drew from these stacks. And so I used 4 stacks plus a part of one there. So if you brought in an entire stack of coal, you'd be able to light up the tunnel plenty well. I actually put my torches a little bit close together, and so you should be able to space your tunnels out a good distance apart and still. Remember, in 1.18, it only has to be above a light level of 0 for you to be able to block all spawns. Okay, so with all that being said, I hope you appreciate this video. I'm going to stand right over here by my thumbnail. This is going to be the thumbnail. Hey, you clicked on this video with me standing right here, might as well stand right here whenever I sign out. So hey, my name is Preacher. I appreciate you watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button, consider subscribing, and if I don't see you again, I hope to see you in heaven.